Yeah. So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So one of the most anticipated small subcompact crossovers is finally here. So this is the all-new 2024 Changan CS15. This is a small subcompact crossover and the ground clearance is 180mm, given that it's almost as tall already right beside me, the CS35. And the looks of this overall, I kinda like it. It looks like an oversized Changan Alsvin, which as well I am a big fan of. So powering this thing is a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine that produces 105 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. And surprisingly, this one is mated to a 5-speed dual clutch transmission, so exactly the same like that of the Alsvin. So as well, I did a full review of that 2 years ago, so check that out on my channel. And the side profile, the rear, again, it continues the bulbous looks, but I quite like that what they've done here with this vehicle. So you get as well decent size amount of wheels too, and the boot space, being a subcompact crossover, it's pretty decent too for what this is. And here in the interior, of course, yes, there's a lot of plastic here and there, but it is forgivable given this price point too. So steering wheel, surprisingly, it's soft. It's on the polyurethane side of things, so you get numerous buttons here for cruise control and phone connectivity buttons on the right side. So again, at least there's a cruise control function. So one button here too in the right side, it only adjusts one mode here in the instrument cluster itself. Instrument cluster looks like a budget Ocean X7, which I'm another fan of too, by the way. And here you have a very small infotainment system. You don't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. However, you have the Easy Connect Carbit mirror link, which I've used before. It functions really well since it just screen mirrors your phone anyways, and you have a reverse camera with decent amount of quality. Again, pretty much similar like here in this price point of subcompact crossover. So here again on the dashboard, you get surprisingly a leather in between the air conditioning vents, and then more badges here of the CS15. Then here in the middle itself, you have your climate control functions along with some infotainment functions like for your volume. And way further down, you get cabby space, a 12-volt socket, a USB port, and here in your gear shift too with manual mode. So thank God this is a 5-speed dual clutch transmission, since this is no fake CVT. No offense though. Manual handbrake, surprisingly, and a center console box, very small, but again, I don't mind it. Rear seats too, there's not much amenities, just a lot of cabby spaces and space there in the back. Surprisingly pretty good, exactly the same throughout in every car in this class too. And again, all the seats here are all leather, which I'm a big fan of. It's very soft, bolstering, so and just lights here. Some glasses holder with vanity mirror, no light, but I don't mind it. Surprisingly, in this class, for the CS15, you have a sunroof. So here now, let's go for a drive. This one's gated, which I have not seen in a while. I don't think this is a wet type. I think exactly the same too, like with the Changan Alsvin. And however, now since this has smaller proportions in the length, of course, I think this will be a bit peppier. Alright, so far so good with the transmission, even though there's just slight delay. It's somewhat the same too like in the Changan Alsvin. I don't see any driving modes here too whatsoever. You just have drive and then sport mode, manual mode. That's pretty much it. So here now, manual mode. Oh, much more responsive. Oh, that sounds pretty cute. I mean, you can hear a bit too of the transmission whine here. Again, not so bad for a small vehicle, but with the dual clutch transmission, it's the only one in this class equipped with it. Oh wow, that's pretty decent for what this is. And again, very refreshing to drive a crossover that's not CVT. Manual transmission, just a little bit more responsive. Wow, look at that. A bit delay up and down, however, you get up to speeds pretty quickly because this is a small car anyways too. So as well, being a small car, I love the handling of this, pretty sharp. Even though this is a pretty light steering, there's some feedback to it. And here, suspension test, rapid bit of road here. Alright, of course NVH won't be the best out there, but it's the same throughout the subcompact crossover. But the ride is actually pretty surprising. So went over rocks, rough pavement, so stop the bumps and humps, which we'll get to pretty well too. And here, body roll. Suspension of this is kinda stiff, but I mean that's a good thing. So there's less body roll. There, going over hump, that handled it pretty well too. Okay, a little bit confused with the transmission, however. Oh, this is alright. Wow, brakes pretty strong though, even though it's a little bit mushy, and here more pavement. Yeah, I can feel a bit of firmness with the suspension, but I don't mind it because handling of this, call me crazy, I think this is among one of the better ones in this class of vehicle. And here, one more time. Ooh, wow, this is a surprise from Changan. I wasn't expecting to have fun with this CS15. So, would I prefer this over the Alsvin? I think, yeah, that's a big yes for me because you have a shorter wheelbase, it's pokey, it's fun to drive, and as well for the cost of all this, pretty competitive too. So, this one cost 799,000 pesos. By the way too, this is the only variant of the CS15 available here in the Philippines. Sadly, there's no manual transmission like that of the Alsvin, which I am biased to. However, the 5-speed DCT, I think compared again like with the Alsvin, this has a little bit better tuning now than before too. So as well, fuel economy reading 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers, so around what 9 kilometers per liter. Again, another good start with this CS15. So yeah, once you're in drive mode only and then you wanna mash the throttle, yeah, it takes a while to kick down. However, I don't mind it. It's a budget crossover anyways. So yeah, that concludes my quick drive review of this CS15, and hopefully we'll have a end of this soon and we're gonna have a proper test drive experience with this. So I'd like to thank again Changan Auto Philippines here at the Manila International Auto Show, and to Sir
John Eric Furio
of Changan Pasig, and to
Jeffrey Nolasco.
Alright, so they're the ones who assisted me here today in this test drive. So shout out to them, and hopefully by the time this video comes out, you can catch them here in Mia's or in any other showroom. So hopefully guys like and subscribe, and I will see you hopefully with landouts soon from Changan Auto Philippines. Bye bye.